had to
Mm.
suffer again and again and again and hit new and lower bottoms. And it was the suffering that was the catalyst that drove me to, okay, my life isn't working, and I'm ready now to hear everything and anything that I've been blind to so that I, can begin to move out of this pain,
Mm.
you know.
Amazing. Because, it's interesting you use that because I know for a fact that that is an effective way. And I guess if you could help clarify for any of the listeners out there, when you say suffering, I think suffering is one of those broad terms too, because it can be physical suffering, it could be emotional suffering, it could be all types of suffering. But one thing I've noticed about the human mind and um, will when it comes to individuals, just in my observation of talking to thousands of people, is that one thing about people, when they get sick and tired or get to a point, it's uncle. It's like, okay, what do I need to do? Show me what I need to do. Everybody's threshold is different. So for you,
Hmm.
tell us a little bit briefly here. What was that for you? Because you mentioned you had to do it again and again.
Well, for me, it was several things, but one of the things that came up in my book several times was my lifelong struggles with illness, with
Mm.
health problems, and trying to figure out how to cope with it, how to solve it, how to, is it because I'm lacking in awareness? Is it because I'm lacking in this vitamin, or I'm eating the wrong things, or what is it? And just the suffering, was so great that all of this stuff opened up to me, and I was told through the messages all of these dynamics that were contributing to my constant health problems,
Mm.
and just unbelievable things that I would have never thought of on my own, such
Amazing.
as the way I didn't feel I had the approval or attention I needed from my father growing up.
Wow.
And it was while I was really sick as a child that my mother lavished me with attention and approval,
Mm.
and how that can create this unconscious, I'm not saying we do any of this on purpose,
Hmm.
but this unconscious dynamic, where your brain wires for this, okay, suffering has a payoff, illness has a payoff, and you don't know how to stop. It just keeps spiraling through your life. And until you're ready to become aware of that, you can't even begin to dig yourself out of it.
Well, we're winding down in the time, and I want to give your website information again. Um, I am speaking with a special guest and author, Kathleen M. Diehl. That's spelled Diehl. And she is the author of The Collective Awakening, Messages Along the Path of Awareness. It is a fabulous book. But before we wrap up, Kathleen, I wanted to ask you to elaborate further. There's a message that was dated in the book for April 27th, 2006. And it's very interesting because the title of that message is Empowerment Through Choice. We live in a day and time right now where a lot of people don't feel like they're motivated and don't have room for empowerment left, or there's not much choice either in their everyday living. So tell us a little bit about what that message means, just a little bit here, because I feel that I don't want to give too much of the book away, but I think a lot of people are looking for empowerment, and I know a lot of people are looking to find choices in their life.
Okay. Well, for me, this message spoke to one of the other underlying dynamics under my illness pattern. And it was the awareness that when I feel sick and when I feel tired, I'm let out of things. I'm allowed to rest. I'm allowed a day off of work,
Hmm.
or I am given help. Whereas otherwise, maybe I feel overwhelmed or ignored. And the message says, and I just opened up to it since you gave me the date,
Mm-hmm.
it says, notice your resistances. Resistance to finishing things, resistance to creating the level of ease and organization with life that can be had so easily. Your sabotage is so apparent in the little things. And you say, I am so tired, so overwhelmed, so busy, so tired. Truth is, this way of being keeps a certain level of responsibility off you. Don't expect too much, so you can be let out of things here and there, allowed to rest. So see how this message gives me this insight that is like, whoa. And it really calls me to the table.
Yeah.
These things are not always easy to hear, but they help me. And I believe that my readers, through my words, whether they relate to them directly and say, oh, I'm doing the same thing, or whether they are just able to get a sense for, wow, I can receive my own guidance and find out what's going on in my own life, in my own dynamics,
That's very powerful. And that is very much what I took away from the book, which is a lot of things that were given message-wise I could relate to, even this most recent one, which is why I wanted to point that one out, the empowerment through choice. That rung clearly home to me. And so I know that just like I and you and anybody else out here, we're all on a spiritual journey, and I know there will be plenty of people who will resonate with the material in the book and find ways of using it to platform their lives in a customized way. Like you say, it may be to really tune in more to their own inner guidance, or to really trust it more, to actually start recognizing these patterns and sabotaging behaviors that they have, and really start moving forward. And that's the whole idea. And you've done an excellent job in doing that.
Thank you so much.
Well, it has been a pleasure having you here. And again, folks, I want you to know that I am speaking with author Kathleen Diehl, and her book is titled The Collective Awakening: Messages Along the Path of Awareness. The website is gatewaytobeing.org. Again, that's GATEWaytobeing.org. And you can purchase this wonderful book on Kathleen's website, or you can go to Amazon.com. So until next week, I'd like to bid you all lots of love and peace on your journey.